On this episode of Plowing Around, we'll be exploring agriculture and the Christmas traditions in Saluda, South Carolina. Christmas is just full of many traditions. But how does that relate to the agriculture? Trees.
A lot more than you think goes into growing Christmas trees. In order to keep traditions in these small towns, it requires a lot of dedication. And dedication is the reason why southern states have conifers. It is all because of the Clemson Forestry Department and the Wright Family Tree Farm.
I'm here with Wright Family Tree Farm, and this is Stuart. What can you tell me about the Wright Family Tree Farm's history?
Our farm was founded by Mr. Thomas C. Wright, and he sold his first trees in 1969. He was a World War II veteran, graduate of Clemson University, and after the war, and he got back settled in, he became an agriculture teacher, and he ran a small farm here, small family farm with corn and soybeans and so forth. And he started looking for another way to utilize his land, and he settled on Christmas trees. So we've been harvesting trees here since 1969, and we're in our second generation now.
He was definitely the first to get trees developed that could withstand the humidity and the heat of South Carolina.
He was instrumental in bringing several varieties to light in the southeast. In conjunction with Clemson University and Dr. Roland Shinnicky, which was the professor of forestry at that time at Clemson, they developed a number of trees here, including very first Leland cypress grown in the South were grown in an experimental plot here. The Clemson greenspire and Carolina sapphire were developed as Christmas trees here, and the Virginia pine was was one of the first places it was planted here as a Christmas tree.
I heard Trees for Troops. What is that about?
Trees for Troops is a program that is run by the Christmas Spirit Foundation, which is a charitable leg of the National Christmas Tree Association. Growers throughout the country donate trees to the program, and they are distributed both in our country and abroad to military families.
That's really cool.
Free of any charge. And I must add that FedEx Freight Company is very instrumental in the program. They do all of the shipping and logistics for the program at no cost. So they're a very important part of the Trees for Troops program. That program began in 1995, and this year we delivered our 200,000th tree. Wow. To our brave heroes in the service.
What got you into the tree business?
I've always been a farmer, and not that that's a bad thing. I married into it, and I love it.
Thank you for interviewing.
Yes, you're quite welcome.
So when is the Wright Family Tree Farm open?
We begin our harvest season every year the Friday after Thanksgiving and go up until the week of Christmas.
If you're in southern Saluda County, you should go check out an award-winning Tom Sawyers tree farm.
I'm here with Tom Sawyer, the founder of Tom Sawyer Christmas Trees. What got you started growing Christmas trees?
Well, it was an agricultural enterprise that I could get into where the equipment cost wasn't that great. So that was my reason for choosing Christmas trees. I did want to do something in agriculture, but I didn't think that I could afford the investment cost associated with the large equipment with row cropping or even cows.
What kind of stuff do you do here, like hay rides and stuff?
Oh, as far as other activities,
yeah.
we do have a hay ride, and we also have a tea train, which my friend made a little tea train, which looks somewhat like Thomas the Train, out of blue 55-gallon plastic barrels that we pull with the lawnmower. It's a right cute little setup.
So what kind of trees do you grow here?
Okay, we grow Virginia pine, Leland cypress, Carolina sapphire, blue ice. There's a Murray cypress, subspecies of the Leland cypress. We grow red cedar and white pine.
What tree type is your favorite?
The Leland cypress is my favorite tree, and the reason why it's my favorite tree is because it's pretty dependable. In other words, if you plant a Leland cypress, in 6 years or so you'll harvest a Leland cypress. If you plant a Virginia pine, you usually have to plant 3 to get 1.
How long does it take to grow a whole thing like this?
It takes about 6 years to grow from planting to grow a tree and a marketable tree. These trees are about 8 years old that we're standing in right now.
What's some advice you give to someone who may be wanting to do tree business?
Kind of start out small. In other words, you have to plant a certain number of trees every year so that you will have trees available every year. So don't plant all of your area into trees the first year, because all of your trees will be maturing at the same time, and then you won't have a continuous supply of trees, which is what you really need to focus on.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yes, sir.
What is your hours here?
Our hours are from 1 o'clock to 5:30 on weekdays and Sundays, and then on Saturday from 10 o'clock to 5:30. 5:30, it's dark.
At Matthews Tree Farm, Ronnie Shealy is going to demonstrate how much work goes into making a Christmas tree.
My name is Ronnie Shealy. I'm Wyman Matthews' son-in-law. Been in the Christmas tree business with them since 1983. Mr. Matthews started up this operation in 1978. When he planted his first seedling, it takes 4 to 5 years to grow a seedling off to a full-size tree. So I came on board the very first year he sold. And I was very interested and had a good strong back and ready to go to work. So me and him went in together, and he also has a son, Greg, my brother-in-law, and us three have been doing it since 1978, you just as well say, growing and selling the Christmas trees.
So now he's going to show us how much effort and work goes into Christmas tree.
This portion of it is when the customers come in, we put them on a hayride. We run generally 3 hayrides, 3 tractors, and we carry people to the field with different varieties. And each tree has a tag on it that states the species of the tree, the height, and along with the price. And they'll select one, and we have men that's in the fields with saws, cuts the trees, and puts them on the trailer and brings them on back up here to what we call the staging part of it. And this is where me and my brother-in-law, Greg, will get the tree ready for you to take home and put it straight in your house. So we'll just act like a tractor's just come up, and we have a tree that a customer has selected. It's a fairly clean tree anyway, but we always give them a good little shake and knock any excess debris out of it, leaves or whatever. And we take it off the shaker, and if you'll follow me right here, this is a drill machine that we use. It doesn't have anything. A lot of people think that when we drill a hole in the trunk, it's for the water, and it's not. I'll show you this part of it. You may want to come up here. This is the most important part of Christmas tree farming. This, after we cut that tree, the tree is dead. It's up to the customer to go home and do the best they can to keep it fresh for 3, 4 weeks. I like 4 weeks. 5 weeks scares me. 4 weeks I'm okay with. But this has nothing to do with the intake of water on that tree. It's the around edge, the cambium layer, and as you can see here, I'll peel back a little bit here, that is the only living part of that tree is right up underneath the bark. It's called the cambium layer. And that's why that water intakes. A lot of people buy a live tree, and when they get it home, if they don't get it straight in water, that is crucial to peel that bark back and expose that cambium layer and get it in the water. Set it on the drill machine, we center it, we drill it, wrap it, just kind of compacts it. Anyway, that's that part of it we use. It's called a binning. The circular blade on it, it's got 4 razor edges on it. This is the key, this is one of the keys to having a successful Christmas tree. Very, very important part. This is called a double. Straight down. You go 1, 2, 3. It's a 3 process. Once you put that tree in, you take it out of the cup, set the tree in the hole, you come back. This is a 1, 2, 3 process. Again, you've got to get the air out of the hole.
When do you open here?
We open Thanksgiving Day at 9 o'clock that morning, and we're open all the way through up to New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve. It's generally about a 3-week season for us. That's another part that a lot of people get into the Christmas tree industry, and they don't really see all the work that goes into it. And then, you know, you got 3 weeks to make your money back. It's a 3-week season. You can't give a tree away after Christmas.
I think people will definitely find the information you gave them very useful. It's good. You know, be more grateful for your tree. A lot of work went into it.
It's a lot of work. A lot of work, but you have to have pride with it. This is something you can't make yourself do. If you don't enjoy it, don't try. Because I'm telling you, it's most of your summer is spent in these Christmas trees. Nobody's thinking about Christmas at that time. So it's a very delicate balance in this thing, but it's Mother Nature. We have no control over that, so we do the best we can.
Well, thank you for interviewing me.
All right, thank you.
After running by these tree farms, I hope you learned more than just that Christmas tree sitting in your front room of your house. That's it for this edition of Plowing Around. Hope you feel inspired to check out agriculture in your neck of the woods. Maybe even your backyard. Support your local farmers today, y'all.